Hello, welcome back to Cracking Cryptic, and today, well, I think Simon suggested I do this puzzle ages ago and I misunderstood and thought he was going to do it, and it slipped between the cracks. And this has been brought to our attention. I'm going to have a go at this today. It is an extraordinary rule set with the weirdest negative constraint, which I will try and explain to you in a moment. It's just fascinating that this puzzle can exist with these few little arrows in the grid. And I'm really intrigued. Cane Apple seems to me, based on the puzzle Simon did and what this looks like, to be really worth keeping an eye on. Can't help looking forward to this. We will do it in a moment. We'll first of all mention that on Patreon from the 1st of January, the wonderful Off by One puzzle hunt by the Paint by Numbers Institute, mainly Panthera. Do check it out. It is a series of 12 puzzles which feature basically Japanese sums puzzles, but all the clues are off by one. It is very intricate, some of them. The first few aren't too bad at all, but I mean, just check it out. It's great fun. And there's loads of other content on Patreon, gridogram and connections videos, etc. Crosswords too, of course. So we'd love it if you'd join us there. And we've got loads of apps featuring, including Arrow Sudoku, although none quite like this puzzle. But Classic Sudoku 2 is our latest, and there are the worms as well. Do have a look at those, but have a look at this puzzle because it's such a strange rule set. Right, simply I'm going to go through the rules, and they are simply these. Normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply, which means that 1 to 6 go in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box. Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. Arrows in this puzzle point either up, down, left, or right. They never change direction. And here comes the kicker and the title of the puzzle. All such arrows are given. That is, you could not draw any more of these straight arrows into the finished puzzle grid, even those that would overlap other arrows or their circles in any possible way. I mean, that is one of the weirdest rule sets we've ever heard. All arrows are given. We've never heard all arrows are given, I believe, before. But here we go. Give it a try on that first link under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Well, there's an easy start. We're using the digits 1 to 6. These have to be at least 1, 2, 3 equals 6, and that's the maximum digit. So that's going in there. And this is a 1, 2, 3 set. And the other cells in the row are 4 and 5. Now, I mean, all very well so far, but what the heck is going to be going on with the rest of the puzzle? Right, here we go. We're not even allowed overlap arrows. I've got it. I've got something. I've got where 3 goes on this arrow. Because if you were to put 3 there, wouldn't this pair be a 1, 2? And you could have 3 in a circle formed of 1 plus 2 on a west-facing arrow. And if you had 3 there, you could have an east-facing arrow with 1, 2. So 3 can't be there or there. Okay, well, I mean, I love that. That is fantastic. Now, whatever this is will determine what this is. Because if that's 3 and 1, this can't be 4. Because there could be an arrow covering those cells. So if that's a 1, this is a 5. If that's a 2, this is a 4. So they add up to 6. That's weird. Okay, already I'm beginning to see the ways in which this puzzle works, and it's very strange. Right, this digit can't be 4, 5, or 6, because the total would be too many. I mean, this feels like a very similar relationship to that one. But it's not, because these digits do not add up to 6. They add up to either 5 or 7. If that's a 1, that's at the low end and is a 4. If that's a 2, that's a 5. And this is a 4-5 pair that we've discovered. So these other digits are the other one of 1 and 2 and a 6. Now, is there some bizarre relationship that is going to stop 6 being there, because these, yes, there is. I worked out that this pair would add up to 6. Because if that's a 1, this is not allowed to be a 4 and would be a 5. If that's a 2, this is not allowed to be a 5 and would be a 4. So they do add up to 6. And that means that if this was a 6, these 2 cells would add up to 6. You can work that out either by realizing it's the offshoots of 1, 2, 4, 5. Those 2 might be a 2, 4 pair, that would be a 5, 1 pair, or the other way around. Or you could add up the whole box and go, it must add up to 21, which is the secret number for a 6x6 Sudoku. And if that's 3 and those are 6 and that's 6, that's 15, these add up to 6. And then you could have a circle here and an arrow there. So this digit can't be 6 and this one must be. And now we found a 1, 2 pair. Now, I've seen something else while I was yackling on, and that is that this digit cannot be 1 or 2, or you could have a 3 equals 1 plus 2 relationship. It is becoming extraordinary to me that this grid exists with so few arrows. So the 1 or 2 is in one of these cells further down the puzzle. Now, there might be a constraint over this not being able to be 1 or 2 now because of a potential arrow there. But I'm going to have to figure that one out. We know that these 2 add up to 6. Okay, there is no potential constraint over this being 1 or 2. Basically, if those 2 add up to 6, you can't put the same digit there, so those 2 can't add up to 6. So there's no threat of an arrow covering those cells. Which is the first time we've investigated something and found it not being a problem. This is such a strange puzzle. Oh, this digit can't be 6 because it's on the arrow. Actually, this can't be 6, so both of these are, that's got a maximum of 5. Both of these have a maximum of 4. This digit is 1, 2, or 4. This one is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, is there some constraint over this? Not really. If this was a 5, that would be a 4, this would be a 1. That's not a problem, looking at a potential arrow covering those cells. Oh, what about if this was a 6? Have we got a problem there? Do you know what? I think we have this time. If this digit was a 6, that would be the one of 4 or 5 that wouldn't be. So if that was a 1, that would be 4 and that would be 5. This is all based on this digit being a 6. This would have to be from 4, 5 and that would be a pair. If this was 1, that would be 4, so this would be 5. And 1, 5 equals 6. And the other way around, I suspect, must fail as well. If that was 6 and this was 2 and 5, this digit would be 4, and 4 and 2 would equal 6. So that can't be 6. This is the 6. This is so bizarre, this puzzle. These 2 are not allowed to add up to 6 because of that, but they couldn't. Because those 2 we decided earlier were not adding up to 6, so they don't leave a pair that do add up to 6 behind in the column. Here's another interesting point. This can't be a 1, 2, 3 group, because that 6 would form a downward arrow with them potentially. And therefore, if this digit is from 4 or 5, then this digit is not the other one from 4 or 5. This digit is quite likely to be 4 or 5. It can't be 6. The only other thing it could possibly be is a 3. With a 1, 2 pair. Now I can't rule that out. Or I can nearly rule, okay, if it was a 3, where would 6 go in the row? It wouldn't go there because they would add up to 6. and that could be a circle with an arrow, and it couldn't go there for the same reason. So if that's a 3 with a 2, 1 pair here, this place is going to be 6. This is so strange. There is a 6 in one of those 2 cells. Wow, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I can almost not imagine how we make another move. I'm going to colour these 1s and 2s. Now, I think I know what this is in relation to that, but I now have to think about it. No, maybe I don't. Maybe that is the most pointless colouring I've ever done. I don't know. I don't think I do know. Well, maybe I do. Hang on. If that was a 4, this would have to be a 2. Because otherwise you've got 4, 1, 3 here. So if that's a 4, this is a 2, that's a 5, then this is a 2. So that would be the same as yellow. If that's a 5, this has to be a 1 to avoid being a 2. Then that's a 4 and that's a 1. So this is always yellow. It was worth doing this. Yellow is down here along with 6. And we've got a 1, 2, 6 triple in the column. And these are from 3, 4, 5 and definitely include a 3. Now, are they causing any funky trouble in the column? If that was 6, no, I don't think so. Well, I mean, it might depend. If that was 6 with a 1 or a 2 there. Okay, we need to come up with a colour that matches 4 or 5. So what we determined earlier is that these two do add up to 6. And those two do add up to 6. So the complement of yellow in adding up to 6 is going to be orange. Or is it? No, it's going to be green. Yellow and green go together to make 6. Red and orange. Oops, red and orange go together to make 6. So one of these is... Oh no, one of these is orange. Green is in one of these cells and in one of these. Actually, red is in one of these cells, and therefore these are green and red, which do not add up to 6 together. Good, that makes sense in this group. Green, red, yellow, and 6 are in these cells. So these two include 3. And again, either 4 or 5. I'm wondering, we do have roping. That's the same pair as that pair and as that pair. Therefore, this pair must go there and be green and red in box 4, and they're here in box 6. And this pair is that pair and that pair. Oh, this is such a strange puzzle. I mean, what do we do next? What do we do? Red and orange together do add up to 6, so that can't be red and orange, because they'd be sitting next to a 6 which could go in a circle. Now, if this was 6, that wouldn't be allowed to be orange, and which it couldn't be anyway. And this wouldn't be allowed to be green, because yellow and green add up to 6. So if that was a 6, this would be red. Oh, and then this wouldn't be allowed to be 3, because yellow and red would be a 1-2 pair together. And that wouldn't be allowed to be 3 next to them. So If that's a 6, that's a 3. Which is a bit weird. Well, if that's a 3, so if this is a 6, this is orange. Yeah, it's not 3. Okay, that's all right. How do we do another solving step in this puzzle? Oh, that's orange in this row. I don't know, that's not going to help, but it's true. This pair, what's going on down here? If 1 and 2 are on this arrow, that's a 3. This has to be 6. That's 4 or 5 orange, and that's 4 or 5 green. I mean, I've never solved a puzzle that works like this, ever. This is so bizarre. Oh, I've just had a new thought. I worked out earlier, this can't be red and orange. Oh, my new thought, yeah. Yeah, I've got something here. This is fabulous. This can't be red and orange because they do add up to 6. They're the complement that each other. So we'd have an arrow here of each other. So that would be an arrow. Now I'm going to say that this can't be green and orange because that would be a 4-5 pair. And you know what that would leave over this side? 1, 2, 3. So if this can't be green and orange or red and orange, this digit cannot be orange. This must be 3. And this is not 3 and is definitely orange. And that's one of the weirder things I've ever seen. Now, look, we know here, orange 3 yellow gets an arrow. Orange 3 yellow would get an arrow. So this can't be yellow. That's brilliant. So it must be 6. Wow. I mean, this puzzle is absolutely stunning me at every turn. Stunning me at every turn. That is yellow. This now can't be a 3 because that can't be a 1-2 pair without breaking that. So this digit is 4 or 5. And I'd love to know what colour that is, but I don't. Or do I? This digit, if it's 1 or 2, is not yellow, it's red. And then if it's red, we've had 1 and 2 in the row, this would be 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I feel like it means something. I don't know what I'm even saying now. Oh, this is mad, this puzzle. Oh my, I mean, I just can't even believe that we just found this digit and that digit. Oh, we need a 6 in the bottom row. I can just do that. Good Lord. All my 6s are done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right, this can't be 4-2, which it never could be, but now it can't be 5-1. Is that of any interest to you? Not really. Oh, well, okay, this digit can't be 1 at all. This can't be 5-1 because that 6 would need an arrow to 5-1. And if this was 4-1, that digit would be a 3, which is not possible. So this is not a 1. The 1 in the row is in one of these 2 cells. I don't think this can be 4 anymore because it would add to at least 2 to make 6 there. So now this is 1 or 2. That's definitely red. This cell is definitely green, which is 4 or 5. And don't worry about this. We know that they don't add to 6 because we know those 2 don't add to 6. This can't be a 2 because we've got a 1-2 pair in the row. Okay, I can't see a relationship between anything else that matters here. I'd still love to know whether this is orange. Okay, what would happen? That would be orange. And that would be orange. And orange plus red equals 6. So would that bring us into conflict anywhere? It would stop that cell being red. And this one, which it can't be. No, I don't think there's a problem with this being orange. Maybe there's a problem with it being green. Oh, hang on. Green is one of these 2, isn't it? Just by Sudoku. These 2 are the same as those 2. And in much the same way, 1 and 2 are both sitting in this row. Along with whatever this is. It could be a 3. I mean, oh, now this was with a situation where we worked out, since this can't be a 3-2-1 set, or you'd get a 3-cell arrow from here, this can't be 4 or 5. So this cell is 1, 2, or 3. The green 4 or 5 is in one of those 2. I'd had thought when I worked out what would happen if this occurred, that that would be really useful, and it doesn't feel really useful now. No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel mega useful at all. Right, yellow plus green equals 6, this pair. So that can't be green. Ah, that's been sitting there for ages, and I worked out that that would be the case if we got to that, and then I forgot it. So these 2 are green and 3, aren't they? Yes. Now, in this row, these are not allowed to be red and orange, because red and orange add up to 6, and we would have an arrow there. So this must be either red or orange, if they can't both be red and orange, and this one can't be orange, so it's red. And now we can place red here, and fill in red, sorry, here as 1 or 2. And yellow is in one of these 2, along with orange. And yellow's in one of these 2. Now, what do I know up here? Anything at all? Not really. Ooh. Okay, what I do know is that this digit can't be the same as that one. I don't know how to mark this or use it, but that is because if this circle is red plus that, then this circle, same circle, can't be red plus that as well, because there's no arrow here. So that can't be the same as that. So this digit is sitting in one of those 2. But I don't know which it is or how I'm meant to know. Oh, here we go. This can't be a 4. This is good. This is good stuff. If this digit was a 4, that would be 1 and that would be 5. Oh, have I got this wrong? No, I haven't. If that was 4, this would be 1. Where would 3 be in the row? It would have to be here, but then that would be a 4 in a circle with a 1-3 pair. So this can't be 4. This is a 3. That's why, and it's, what colour is, oh, we don't have a colour for 3, fair enough. 3's in one of those two cells. We've got a little X-wing on 3's going up here. Now, do I know what this colour is? No, I really don't. But red, oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do. 1 plus 3 is 4, or 2 plus 3 is 5. This is one of the relationships with a 3. Yellow plus 3 equals orange. So red plus 3 can't equal orange. So this is not orange, this is green. Now that's not green, and this is green, and therefore not a 3. And this is therefore where 3 goes. And this is 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, proving its position. This digit is not red, but it's 1 or 2. That's probably been available for ages. It's yellow. This is now not yellow. This is orange, 4 or 5. This is not orange. This is yellow, 1 or 2. Greens are 4 or 5s. This last digit in box 1 is green. Presumably, I can colour these two. This one seems to be orange in this column. This one seems to be yellow, 1 or 2. And in this row we need a 3, and that's going to be here. And we need a not 3 that is orange, I think, and is here. And now we've got the whole grid coloured, and we are nearly done. Maybe. Now, this is not allowed to be 5, 4... Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look at that and that, and I will tell you why red is not 1. Because one way round or the other, 1 plus 4 equals 5. 1 plus orange equals green, or 1 plus green equals orange. One of them would have to work if red was 1. So red is 2. What an extraordinary puzzle this has been. Yellow is 1. Now we just do this arrow and we know that orange is 4 and green is 5, and that is the solution to all arrows are given, and it's an incredible puzzle. That is absolutely remarkable. I'm so sorry to people who recommended that we let it slip for a while. It's brilliant, and Cane Apple is extraordinary. It's a very biblical name, but magnificent. That is so clever. What a privilege to be able to bring you that puzzle. Do leave a comment about how extraordinary this puzzle is. It is unbelievable to me. Amazing. I mean, every bit of those deductions was just eye-opening and endorphin hits of absolute pleasure of inference. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon on the channel, I hope. Do come back for more of this incredible stuff. I'll see you tomorrow maybe. Bye for now.